A pleasant good evening to you all. I'm Shane Harris. The moment you've all been waiting for has finally arrived. This is our bracket reveal for the first and probably the only Shane Harris Tonight Mayhem Tournament, a 24-team international competition to determine which one of these shows will end up becoming the next fan art project, decided by you, the fans of Shane Harris Tonight and its main projects that it has covered for almost the past full year. Now you may be wondering why I'm walking over to my bed. Well, it's simple. Look at the amount of international talent we have had since the very beginning. We managed to go to Canada, the United States, France, and Italy. We have dealt through many different rights holders, ranging from the big boys of Disney and Warner to the much smaller Nelvana and even Wildbrain. We've had a few cartoons from the likes of Nine Story and Zodiak. And our cartoons range from just a pair of Y-rated shows to a couple of storyline-driven linear shows that make everyone in the internet drool. There is a few outcasts that manage to regain some of their strength. And there are plenty of ones many people have still never looked up upon. And this tournament is basically all 24 of the best Shane Harris Tonight programs that I've covered. They're now up for grabs in this very tournament. And it's very simple. If you watched any of these shows, and if you ever watched any of my episodes of said program, you would have probably gotten a good gist about how these shows even came about, or why I have good links to these. And thus I head back over here, and thus, tonight it is Shane Harris Tonight, and his new Mayhem Tournament bracket. You may be wondering, how will this be determined? Well, after thinking to myself and discussing it over with some of my friends and even my producer, this is what I had come up with. 24 of the best cartoons, and the first round is simple. One day, beginning on April the 11th in the evening, I'll hand out 6 battles over here. And on my birthday, April the 12th, I'll hand out the other 6 as well. Both of those battles will be decided on my community tab, aka the post section, where you have to go on there and click on which one you want to vote for. Plus, they do have a due date. It is Thursday evening, or should I say the Thursday after my birthday, because next week, April the 11th, is the start of the tournament. Then the week after that, we start the second round. As you can see, there's 2 battles per section. However, in order to make it a bit more interesting, there's a triple threat in the second round. And then it'll weasel its way back down to just 4. As you can see by these 2 little arrows, they'll weasel it down to 4, then I'll weasel it down to 2 for the finale. Boom, there you go. So now we gotta decide the people going to war on each other. So let's introduce them as such. In the first matchup that we have on the section right here, in our Northwestern bracket, The first battle will be Aegixus from Italy taking on Packages from Planet X from Canada. The next matchup in this section includes Super Noobs of Canada taking on Oban Star Racers from France. And to round out the Northwest bracket, Kick Butowski from the United States versus Garage Band from Canada. In the Southwestern bracket, we have Camp Lake Bottom from Canada taking on Little Einsteins from the United States. Then, Fangbone from Canada versus another Canadian, Atomic Betty. Then, the final matchup in the Southwestern section will be a battle between two shows from France, the Monster Buster Club and Dude, That's My Ghost. And now, as I adjust my hand, because I'm holding the phone on one and the paper on the other, we take a look over here in our Northeastern bracket. The first battle will be a very great one because it features two neo-retro anime-fueled pairs of hard-nosed, very much spirited characters, as DNAs of Canada will take on OKKO from the United States. Meanwhile, Wayside from Canada will have to spend its weekend against the Weekenders from the United States. Also, Get Ed from the United States, they'll take on Detention Air from Canada. Then heading into the Southeast bracket side, we have the Replacements from the United States taking on Jimmy Two Shoes from Canada. Then we have Miles from Tomorrowland, aka Mission Force 1. They will have a battle against Johnny Test, the highest rated episode of Shane Harris Tonight ever. That show being from Canada, while also honoring its heritage of the United States. And finally, a battle between two French icons that had revivals that didn't work out too well. Code Lyoko from France from way back then, and Foot de Rue, aka Street Football, another Y2K classic that had a fourth season that didn't work out too well. And there you go, folks. 24 of the best, ready to go to war. You, the fans at home, will decide, beginning on April the 11th, in a tournament that continues every week thereafter, which one of these cartoons will end up being the next fan art project that you'll get to see on my channel. And I have also gotten a word from my producers that my very first live stream will happen on the weekend of July the 11th. I'll be in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the capital of the Commonwealth, so I can bring you live coverage of the Pennsylvania Pump Primers Fire Truck Festival, which is going to be very exciting because there's never been a live stream of that event ever. Majority of the YouTube videos I've seen only focused on the muster themselves, and a few of them focus on the drafting. But no one has ever done a full VIP walkthrough of such event. and I'll be the first, probably, to do so. But in the meantime, April the 11th, you'll start seeing questions pop up on my community tab, aka the post section. And that is your indication to start voting for these cartoons. April the 11th and April the 12th, we're going to have some of these shows are going to go, and some of them will move on to the next round. Got that? Good. I'm Shane Harris, and I'll see you on Friday, April the 11th.